Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you might not be right for some. A man is born. He's a man of means. Then along comes two. They've got nothing but their dreams. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Momma Told Me,
the podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of Black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove the theories that you, the listeners, have at home. It's a motherfucking mini episode.
Let's go.
Let's goddamn go. And
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's right. But there's a more important one.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Praise be to Kwanzaa and all that that does. I don't know.
Assalamu Kwanzaa. Because we could just say shit, right? I don't know what they got.
Yeah, I don't know how you greet people during Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa! Yeah. To you and yours.
Yeah, to you and everything one you love. I hope you had a good one.
We hope it just started. It's the festival of them other lights, and we're excited that you get to celebrate it. So do it. My daughter asked to celebrate Kwanzaa this year.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. That's crazy. Did you say no? Of course not.
No, I didn't. I was like, no, yeah, we could do Kwanzaa, and then I've done nothing to research it, or you know what I mean. Like I just told her we're gonna be at Nikki's mom's house, so I just told my mother-in-law, hey, she want to do Kwanzaa this year, so if you want to get some Kwanzaa stuff, we could tell her we're doing
Pass
Kwanzaa.
the buck. Fatherhood. That's good.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
you want me to learn Kwanzaa?
Also, how old is she?
She's 3. She's not gonna remember.
She doesn't even know she said it.
No, she don't, and she doesn't know what day of the week it is. She doesn't know that years pass. She doesn't understand the passage of time. So Kwanzaa will come and go, and she'll be none the wiser. There won't
How
be
long
any...
till they block that down? The passage of time. How long till kids get that? I just realized I don't understand how the development of that works in people.
I don't know, but every day she wakes up and she goes, is it Free Fun Fridays? And I go, it is not. And she goes, why not? And I go, because today is Wednesday. And she goes, okay. And then we move on with our...
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about like getting rich or whatever.
Yeah, you don't know what's coming next. It's just...
Did it happen yet? No?
All right. Well, yeah. It's got to come sometime.
Yeah, I guess I'll go.
Pretty soon it's going to be Free Fun Fridays. I know that for sure.
What are we here doing? I got sidetracked.
We have a voicemail.
That's right.
From a person. They sent us a voicemail. And we're going to listen to it and talk some shit about it, I guess. That's the whole deal.
Let's do it.
All right. Olivia, play that shit.
Hey, what up, folks? Number one, I am not saying no nasty shit to you two niggas. But,
all right. Fair enough.
My mama told me that mixed kids try way too hard at life. And I'm just talking like black and white, because that's the only one I was around. Either they tried so hard to let everybody know how black they are, these niggas that marching, or they gangbanging super tough, doing all the just extra shit, or they want to make sure that you know their mama's white, even if they, pretty darn melanated. They just gotta let you know about they white mama, they white family. That's all the pictures they post on Instagram. And no one is supposed to know your daddy is black as David.
There it is. Black as David. Good way to hang up the phone, I'd say.
That's how I do it.
All right, Black is David.
First of all, you don't have to say something nasty to us. It's just if you want to. It's not like a requirement.
I'll be honest, I forgot that we asked for that. And we've gotten a few voicemails now where people have been like, I'm not going to say anything nasty to you. And it's like, hey, man, feel like you're bringing up some old shit that I'm really not even, I'm not expecting that of you at all. I promise.
That was weeks ago. I was partying. What are you talking about? All right.
I was just trying to impress Ayana Dookie. I don't know what I meant by that.
I'm not trying to fuck you. That's
yeah, he really got on the phone. He was like, first of all, fellas, I'm off limits.
Yeah.
I'm saving myself for two different niggas.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Only.
My conspiracy is
y'all niggas trying to fuck. Yeah. That's so funny. This is funny because we had talked about it a little bit before. I think this is true of anybody who feels like an outsider. I don't think it's like just mixed people. But yeah, I do think mixed people kind of go hard.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of this and feel like refuting it. You know what I mean? Like I felt like, nah, that's probably true. You go real hard for one side of your shit. So you either become like, I'm black, or you become, I am white. I don't want nothing to do with whatever's over there as person.
I think my question within this is about the difficulty of striking the balance. Because it does seem like even if you know mixed people who don't go too hard on either side, they do. It always seems to be like one side was adopted more than the other. Like, do you feel like you've ever seen someone who kind of just walks straight in the middle?
No, I don't think you do walk straight in the middle. I think you pick a side, and the best of us have learned to love the other side in a way that is as meaningful or can be as meaningful as the side you chose.
Okay,
do you know what I mean?
That's interesting.
Like I think objectively I picked being black. Right. There was no part of me that was like, oh, I'm going white. I'm going to try that shit out. Like black was in culture and identity and the way that I wanted to build community. It all was connected back to blackness. But I don't hate white people because of my connection to them. I hate white people because of my proud black experience. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like my love for the white people in my life is still meaningful and substantial and not something that I'm like embarrassed about. And I think there are some people who aren't able to get to that spot.
Would you say that you're racist?
Not at all. No.
Yeah.
Look at my dog. He's as black as can be.
Yeah. No, it is very interesting because it's like, do you feel, had you chosen the other side, because it does seem, I think we had talked about this recently, you and I had talked about it. It does seem that if you choose that side, to be black and to choose to try to ingratiate, to be into whiteness with no blackness, it does seem like that is sort of a dangerous decision. Does that make sense?
To go white without any safety net.
Yeah, because they're not. I don't think they're going to let you in the way that you would like to be.
I think the unfortunate reality is the type of people who make that choice either don't know or don't care that what they're doing is dangerous.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think they're real. Like, I've seen the history books. I've read the articles of black people going missing at weird parties because they You know, there was like that.
No, I don't know about
Have you
that.
ever,
shit just made me feel cold, bro.
dog,
Are you
there's
serious?
a story. Yeah, there's a story of these ladies, and it came out a few years ago. This group of like moms, right? That all like get together and they drink wine and they're like sort of a proud little fun mom group. And it's like 7 white ladies and 1 black lady. And the black lady came over for like one of their like sleepover parties, whatever, and then ended up dead. Like fully was dead at the party, and no explanation as to why. Her family never really gets to figure it out. It's just like she did, and they're saying she like drank too much and fell. And it's like, no,
Ugh.
you know what I
God
mean?
damn it.
It's I know I'm butchering elements of this story, but I think the core of it is exactly that. And it's a very real story that has a documentary. I'm fairly certain I either watched a documentary, a YouTube documentary, or like a Netflix documentary about it. But either way, yeah, real fucked up shit. And I think there are a lot of guys that aren't aware that that exists, but I think most of them are like, nah, but they won't do that to me.
That thought. You should never feel that way about anything.
No.
I mean, maybe family, but like even then, you should never feel that way about any situation.
Nah, man. No. Even
if they
family,
do that, they do that.
That's just how they are. And that's,
yeah, man. Ugh.
That's worth unpacking is why is my loved one like that? And how can I help? But no, you can't assume you're exempt from the shit.
Yeah. Do you think that that's what happens with that? A lot of times is that people feel that way, that they feel somehow exempt or like special.
I think most of us think that we're exceptional.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you sort of have to, right?
Exceptional doesn't mean like good at something. It just means the exception to something. So it you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's not that you think you are the best at a thing. So many niggas that fucking, none of us would play basketball if it were about being truly like the best of the best at the thing, because only like 300 guys can be that. But we all play and think like, well, I'm better than most of the people I know. And
right.
Like, I'm still a winner. I'm still going to prevail in my efforts because of who I am and what I represent. It's like, well, that's not true at all.
Yeah, that's true. You have to think like that. I'm not even mad at people thinking like that, actually.
No, you sit down, you play video games, you fucking think you're going to win.
Did you stand-up comedy at nighttime or whatever?
Duh.
Yeah,
there wasn't like a world of people in my life being like, you gotta do stand-up.
Same. There was one person who turned out to be very right, but yeah.
No, let me be clear. Nobody was nudging me into this. Not a single person in my life was so like, funny. You gotta get on stage, my man.
That's so funny because you were already in the stage space.
Yeah, and they weren't like, hey, bro, I see a clear pivot into comedy for you. That it was truly my choosing that got me.
Wow. Here. That's beautiful in the way that you owned it. You know what I mean? That decision is yours.
I own this shit.
Yeah.
There was nobody that wanted me to do this. Truly, there were 2 people that were at my first open mic, 2 friends of mine that came to my first open mic because they found out I was doing it and they wanted to tag along. And they, the entire time, were like teasing and talking shit, being like, are you sure? Is this really something you want to be doing? And you know, I don't think they were wrong, and truly, I just believed I could be great at this thing that it made 0 sense for me.
Man, I feel so much better about, it was so much easier for me then. My sister was there, and she didn't know shit. She barely speaks English, and she was like, "You're going to be famous." I was like, "Goddamn right."
Oh, that's nice.
On my first one. She didn't come to.
Fuck.
I don't think she's been to any subsequent shows.
She shouldn't.
No, she was there when I needed her.
She sent you on your path.
You know what I mean? And then, yeah.
Homeward bound, them dogs don't get to go home with everybody that's nice to them. So they got to get all the way back to where they belong. With Charlie, I believe his name was.
Yeah, something like that. But all that boiling down to, back to this voicemail, I feel like we're just kind of saying, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think light skin specifically mixed people, and you know why. And that's the part that I don't always like is that and I'm going to get a little bigoted now since we're being so mean to my people. I think a lot of dark skin.
I think that we were very open to.
No, you've been nasty this whole time.
I think I've been nothing but helpful this entire conversation.
I've been pushing down a lot of rage about this conversation. You're a nasty person with a nasty personality. I think what often happens. There it is. That's exactly what I was going to talk about. Is there's this ongoing thing of dark-skinned people being like, I don't know why they would behave that way, and the whole time you're just being like, you weak little bitch, you soft, pouty-faced little boo-boo head. And it's like, well, yeah, if you're gonna emasculate me off of the color of my skin, and if I get upset about it, I'm a coon, then yeah, I'm going to have to go real hard for this shit, or I'm going to have to fully reject y'all, but there ain't no middle ground to play inside of it.
Interesting. I mean, do you think that becomes... That's interesting because I think that comes from a lot of times, like an older time where it was like the proximity to whiteness was such a benefit. Mm-hmm, you know what I mean? But now if you don't get that and then you just get dark-skinned people making fun of you, that is not the greatest play. Like, you're not even get the benefits that they're sneaking you on.
It's hard, dude.
Is that where the rage, because that is, if I am to open my mind and be the person I would like to be, I think about that does sound enraging.
So think about Jesse Williams, right? Jesse Williams for 2 years was elevated to this almost sage level of blackness.
Right.
Where he had invested in his community. He had spoken back the words that we needed most when we needed them.
I don't even think of him as an actor. That's how
he was sort of like a fucking abolitionist almost at a certain point inside of, popular culture. He was this iconic figure. And then the nigga had a misstep. Cheated on a black lady. You know what I mean? Did some funny shit. Misstepped. And immediately all people called him was sort of a light-skinned sort of fraud. Right. They immediately turned on him, took everything valuable he had said away from him, and now shrank his value to the point that he doesn't even feel confident to speak on issues in this public manner anymore. And so, yeah, that nigga's angry. Do you know what I mean? And he feels fucking defrauded by this thing that he invested in and can't uninvest because of how vocal he was inside of it. So yes, rage.
But now, do you feel because on the other hand, we're the ones, as far as darker people, who are kind of seen more as aggressive and whatnot without having that. Is that better? Would you rather have that stigma on you? Because
no.
I will say, especially as a child, it's very apparent. You are placed in that box immediately.
I don't, and that's where I also think this conversation gets dangerous, is I don't mean to suggest for a second that light-skinned people are the ultimate victims here. I think that certainly there is a level of for real bigotry that sort of cycles its way between members of the diaspora, right? That like we are mean and violent to each other in a multitude of ways. That said, the ultimate positioning of darker skinned people in the world, in social experiments, in experiences rather, is as low as you get. And there's no debating it. And anybody that suggests otherwise is a bad actor.
Yeah, it's lying. Or not lying, is just not clearly aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I think they're lying. I don't think anybody's like fucking confused about, you know what I mean? Like Lenny Kravitz ain't being like, damn, me and my mama had the same kind of heart. Like that ain't how it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also wonder, because if we're speaking in real generalities, have you met a lot of people who you feel like, and I think right now, I'm thinking of men specifically, have you met a lot of people who have subverted it? Have you met a lot of like kind of soft-spoken, like nice, light-skinned guys who don't have those tendencies, and they feel like, or do you think that the system causes the rage, but the rage is real?
I feel like I meet people all the time that probably fall somewhere outside of that spectrum, right? Of like being a rageful person, much in the way that I think all stereotypes are levels of truth and falsehood, right? That like not all of us are any of the things that we're supposed to be. I do think it is impossible to be a mixed person connecting to blackness and not at least be aware of that suggestion at all times, right?
That's
that
fair.
Like one way or the other, you think about it when you get angry or you know, when you're having an interaction that might challenge you to question if you're angry about something. You think like, damn, am I falling into some version of a stereotype? But no, I don't feel stressed about the shit. And I don't think most of the people that I interact with as like mixed people are either.
That is always, to me, that's where sort of the needling and whatnot had always come from, is that it's like, I don't even think y'all think it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was sort of, that's sort of, to me, that's where it comes from, where it's like, I don't even think you feel like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't even think and it's like, obviously you cannot, it is not a good game to start comparing suffering or whatever. But you know what I mean?
And I think part of the reason that it probably means more to us than it means to y'all, the reason it's a throwaway joke for y'all and it's our fucking identity, is because of how bad we want to be a part of the community we picked.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? At its core, I think a mixed person, when they make that choice, really fucking wants inclusion. And it's an inclusion that frankly probably isn't possible and shouldn't be possible. But I don't know. We live in this weird, shitty binary country. So we got to make choices.
Yeah. Do you feel like, because I also wonder with that, is it like that for Europeans? Like, are dudes in London, like, making fun of light-skinned guys? Like, I know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's because they are constantly copying off of us.
That's fair. That's what I mean, though. So, like, let's take maybe, I'm trying to think where the diaspora exists that would, maybe like Asia, because I assume there's black people there. Do you think it's like, it all seems to be, the cues seem to all be taken from American.
I think about South Africa a lot, right? And how South Africa separates black from like the colored people, right?
Right.
That like there's literally a tier in between where they go, nah, he's colored, he's black. Sometimes their colors are very similar, but one of them is colored and one of them is black. And part of it is because of, you know, the racial mixing, the sort of like caste system almost that was created. And I think certainly that casting is shitty in its results, but it probably is more honest to who is connecting on a socio-emotional level. Do you know what I mean? That like a person of my skin color is probably more correct for me to be aligning with than someone of your skin color. Like the fact that we both call each other the same thing is nuts.
It is difficult because it's like you said, there's a culture that was chosen, and it's like an agreed participation in this culture. So in that, you can kind of say that we are the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think culturally,
and I think that becomes the difficulty, right? Is like when we nitpick.
I think culturally 100%, but I think part of the reason that racial designations were created was meant to be more specific than culture. It was literally like, you are this color and you are this color, and these people are different than these people. And I think the fact that white people tricked us, forced our hand in some ways into mixing all of blackness into a single identity is, in my opinion, as much a trick as it is a violence. Like that is how you create a system where people continue to never like fully be able to empower themselves, is because we are trapped sort of always connecting back to representation that isn't truly our experience.
Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, because all these things are like, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking multiple things at once. Because when I think about colorism, I think about like my experiences in Africa specifically, and how there's no white people over there, but it's like all the same kind of things ring true, you know what I mean? And like the way it's perceived. Because I'm dark, even for Africa, which is crazy. For real. I'm dark for my family.
It's really funny to think that there's like an award out there for darkest man, and you'd be a real competitor.
I'm up for it. And it is like, I don't think that I ever ran from it, but I do think that societally what was placed on me because of it would cause me to make light skin jokes. And I've made fun of light skin people my whole life. Always.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid. It's
and
fun.
I'm saying I've never experienced anything like what you've experienced. And there's no level of connecting to Cool Mo D equally.
That's your dark skin.
Who's y'all king? Cool Mo D. That's gonna make me align, you know what I mean, or fully empathize with your experience. And so I think in that way, I don't think it's a separating because I go like, oh, I'm better or you're worse or any of that. I just think it's the violence that white people created was making us go, we're the same.
That's fair. We're built different.
Yeah, Africa is more tribal than it is even like countries.
Yeah, that just came up. I was just thinking about that because I was talking to my mom, and my cousin is married to a Timni woman, which is a different tribe. And it's like, we'll talk worse about them than what do you talk about white people, you know?
Dog, the countries are white people drawings. You know what I mean? Like if it were truly like on some African shit, that map would be so little. It'd be like everybody on this block.
Yeah.
Cool as hell. The rest area, of y'all niggas. It would be crazy. So, you know, we create these larger margins with which to identify people or rather white people created these larger margins in order to control and identify people.
Well, I'm glad that you're angry, Langston.
Thanks, man.
No problem, man.
All I do is come on here and connect more with my friends and my Lord.
Yeah.
And this is a prayer first podcast. We've always been that way.
Come on, look at God.
And then I get accused of being an angry, light-skinned caricature.
Also, we're all angry.
We're all very
Everybody's
rage-filled.
pretty angry about how shit's going, man.
And nobody's pumped about the way things are heading.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Luigi. Do you? I feel
Shout
like we
out to the Buff King himself, Luigi Mangione. We thinking about you every day, Luigi.
never a faker sounding Italian name. That's like if you asked me what like to just make up an Italian person's name.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
It sounds like after you say it, you got to put a little bit of tomato sauce around your lips, like chapstick.
The only name better I could think of is Spaghetti Alfredo.
Yeah.
I asked this one time. There's got to be somebody in Italy whose last name is Spaghetti, right? Like there's got to be one family.
I guess there's we got people with the last name Hamburger.
Yeah. So you don't think there's a Freddy Spaghetti out there?
I guess where I would challenge you is nobody's last name is Hot Dog, and some names feel like they're not families. They're like just made up completely. Maybe Spaghetti is that.
I don't know. I don't know enough about their culture, and I don't care to.
But fair enough. But there are people with the last name Alfredo.
See? And that was made up here.
Really?
I think fettuccine Alfredo, we made that up, right?
I don't know if that's true.
Hold on.
America made up fettuccine Alfredo?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It might have been black people.
We've
love certainly it the most. Perfected it.
We love it the most, I would say. I'm willing to stand on that, and I don't care. Now that I know it's not even Italian, I don't give a fuck who this offends. Black people love Alfredo sauce more than any people on this planet.
Think about how many black restaurants is it like fettuccine or some kind of seafood pasta?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then banana pudding because you feel like they're not working as hard on the desserts.
Come on.
Like, it's like, I've spent so much money for Alfredo with lobster bits in it.
Yeah, it's Alfredo plus meat, and that is our shit.
Yeah, it is good. I'm not even mad at it. I do love Alfredo.
I like it. It's not my favorite, but I like it. And I like what we do to it. I think black people really put a spin on it that makes it a little more appetizing than when I go to any other white-owned establishment. And when I say white, I include Italians because, again, we are not playing that game with y'all.
All right. Hell yeah. Shout out to Alfredo. We love it. We could have invented it. I think we just love a cream sauce.
Man, we really got to get over the homophobia.
I know.
It's so deep in our roots that
I know.
That if we can get past it.
That fucked me up. I did not like saying it, and I don't love to admit that, but I was like, God, what are you saying on this fucking podcast?
But I don't even mean just your response to it. I mean more specifically, we love Alfredo sauce so much. And it's a part of us, and we can't even celebrate it because we're so worried we're going to be gay when we do it.
And by the way, I know a bunch of gay people. They're not just slurping up Alfredo sauce all day. That's the funniest part about this whole shit. I lived with a gay guy. He wasn't just eating hot dogs in the kitchen with his booty out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's only straight guys who are worried about that because he already is gay.
That's where I'm going to disagree with you. I actually think gay men are doing exactly that all the time. I think it's nothing but popsicles in the refrigerator and bananas on the counter. I think.
Oh, that's so funny.
I think they open up their closet and it's tank tops and strobe lights. That's what I believe about the gay man.
Well, yeah. I think we got to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I hope this answers your question. We never got your name, and we never will.
No, but thank you for start sending voicemails. I like voicemails better.
Voicemails are nice. It's nice to hear your voices. It's nice to hear the condescension out loud. we sometimes misread how you're being condescending to us. And it turns out, no, you had a specific plan and typing is hard.
Because you know what we don't get in the voicemails? You guys are such geniuses. I think you're brilliant. That's only for the email nerds.
Guys, I know you say you're rascaling around, but I think you got to get into politics.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. We did it.
You want to tell the people where they can find you? What cool
Guy
shit
jokes on it. Fuck the Instagram. Patreon.com/David Bory with the G. Go on there. I got a bunch of videos by my special, Birth of a Nation. You can also listen to it wherever you stream your music, Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. Listen to it.
Go listen to the album. Go buy the album or the special, and follow me at Langston Kerman. I'm not going to say fuck the Instagram. It's still where I build my confidence. Follow me at Langston Kerman on all social media platforms, especially Instagram. If you want to send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories, if you want to tell us. Well, okay. If you want to tell us what city fettuccine Alfredo was invented in and who is the black ass inventor of fettuccine Alfredo, send it all to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Also, you can call us at 844-LITTLE-MOMS. That's 844-LITTLE-MOMS. We will be doing a supercut episode. This is exciting. Ooh. A supercut episode of the best parts of My Momma Told Me in 2024. That's going to be happening on December 31st, New Year's Eve. You can prepare for the new year by thinking about some of the best shit that we did all throughout the last year. Ain't that nice?
It's beautiful.
That's so nice. You sit there. No, don't connect with your family and your friends. Listen to us on New Year's Eve. Sure, you should find people to be close to, maybe a gal or a boy to kiss. No.
Sure. Am I going to be in Mexico living it up, eating fettuccine? Yeah, but you listen to us.
Come on. Am I going to try to get my kids to bed early so I could have a drink with my wife and maybe we have sex on the couch? No, sure, that's what I'm on.
That's
where I'll be at.
Let's go.
But you could be listening to us.
Yeah, it'll be good for you.
But yeah, anyway, buy the merch, rate, review, subscribe, celebrate Kwanzaa. It's the most important holiday of the year. Bye, bitch.
Because I look good. That is? I smell good. I feel good.
And you sing good.
And make love good.
Oh.
Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.